Look at that. Oh, imagine your foot is in there. It's a goner. Ahoy people, Carlo back with a new video. Right to it. Give you my impressions of these boots from Temu. Motorcycle boots from Temu. As compared to my regular boots from Revit. So here we go. Temu, the Aliexpress, the new Aliexpress, where you can find cheap Chinese, items. And I was browsing, and I just happened to come across motorcycle boots, and I thought, you know what? I'll buy a pair, because here are my, high-end Revit boots. Okay, high quality leather, very stiff, very thick, right? Zipper, crazy amount of hook and loops, Velcro, and very sturdy. The sole is like pure hard rubber. Let me show you. So that's there. Basically can't bend it the other way. No way. Can't twist it. Like just barely be able to twist it. The leather itself, okay, it's sturdy. Even though it's soft, it's still a lot. It's pretty hard and stiff, so it protects you. You'll still break an ankle in a bad motorcycle crash, but at least these boots, your ankle or your foot won't completely, fly off, dismember. So these are my Revit boots, as compared to the Temu boots. These things go from $70 Canadian up to $100. This pair here was $92 Canadian, and on the first glance, you figure, hey, that's not a bad looking boot. But don't expect much. So you got the upper Velcro, it works. Got the bottom Velcro belt. And on the inside, you got this leather, no zipper, so it's just pure Velcro. Right? As compared to my Revit boots. The inside. And you got this hard rubber thingamajiggy, I guess, on your ankle, none on this side. This carbon fiber plastic thingy. These ribbed leather on the rear end. More of this carbon fiber. It is bumpy, so there is texture there. You got this, the shift, or the peg pad, shifting pad. Okay, that's pretty sturdy. And as for the glue of the sole, it looks okay. It doesn't look like it's coming apart yet. But here is where this boot is not a real good buy if you really want to protect yourself with a motorcycle. Now, if you can't afford higher end boots like these things for a good boot start at $200 and they go up to $800. These ones I got on sale for $250. Down from like $500, so that was pretty good. But this thing, $90 boot, just watch. So left and right, look how far I could bend this. With my Revit boot, I could maybe go this far, as you saw earlier. Look at this, it goes all the way down. In the rear, you could just squish it down from the front, squish it. In here, it's just so easy to bend upwards. Now this is the killer. Look at that. Oh, imagine your foot is in there. It's a goner. Your foot is gonna be gone. Just a simple low side crash and your foot gets, stuck underneath the peg or whatever, and it does this, it's gone. Here's another thing, look at that, twisting. Look at that. My God. The legging. Twist. Twist. That's your foot. And you can see a crease building right there because of that. The sole is just such cheap. Oh my God. So that's where your foot will be lying on the peg. And this is what will happen. Just cheap. I mean, craftsmanship, the actual durability or the making of this boot is okay because it's all in one piece still. Nothing's ripping apart or none of the seams are coming apart. All the rubber and all of that is still glued on. But the sturdiness And protectiveness of this boot is I mean, just this. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And also, when I have the boot on my foot and I'm walking, for some reason, the heel of the boot feels very narrow, so I'm kind of wobbly like that when I'm walking, you know? So the heel, I don't know why it does that. Maybe because of the way it's designed, as you can see here. It's got that little valley, heel valley there, bumpy here and then steps here, so maybe that's why when I step down it does that. So yeah, I mean, if you can't afford higher end boots and you gotta go with this, I mean, at least it'll protect you from road rash, I'm guessing. You know, I really don't want to test that out, but yeah. So I'm gonna, and when I put on this boot, you can see the crease building there. When I put my foot in, it bends down like this, and my heel and my actual ball of my foot gets caught on that plastic thingy. So you definitely need a shoehorn to stick your foot in this thing. See? That's what happens when you put your foot in like that. The crease of the leather and the softness of the leather just does that, and your foot gets caught right there. So I'll put on the boot and I'll show you what it looks like on the pegs of my motorcycle. Okay. So here I am. Okay, you can see, I don't know if you can tell from the video, but it is very squishy. And when I put my foot down and I'm, you know, forcefully putting my whole weight on it, I could feel that foot peg driving up into the arch of my foot. So I could literally feel it. It's just super uncomfortable. It almost feels like it's gonna eventually rub so much that the sole of this boot is gonna create a groove or a little pathway. Yeah. So, yeah, as you can see, I'm gonna stand up. That's what it looks like. And ouch! I can feel it. Nice little shockwave going up my leg. So yeah. I'll show you on my gear foot. So here's my Revit boot. I'm gonna take this one off and put on the Temu boot, just to show you what it's like. See? Here's my gear foot. At least it does give good access to the shifter, so that's alright. Easy to go up and down. But like I said, if you get in a crash and your foot gets caught underneath any kind of, you know, peg or lever or whatever, your foot's gonna go backwards and die. And again, here's my rivet boot. Much harder to put my foot in. Barely any give on the sole. Stand up. Look at that. No bend, no softness. Now I'm still getting used to these boots for the shifter. Since it's so stiff, I sometimes get caught and miss a shift, like gear up or gear down because of the stiffness. So, there you have it. Temu leather motorcycle boots. Not good quality, not very protective, but if you can't afford anything else, what choice do you have? Alrighty, bye-bye.